Good morning, it's Kale. I'm going to work on bubble flower for a bit this morning. I completed the Serafina yesterday, and I will get a picture of it up on X later on. Let me go ahead and turn some tunes on. Got my little waterfall over to my left on the file cabinet. The sun is beaming into my office from my window that direction, so I've got the blinds mostly closed. So this morning I finished this little section down here. Let me move this down so you can see. So this section here, I finished that. So then I'm just going to go this way. So the canvas on my drafting table is upside down because I'm working up here on the top of the picture where you can see those bubbles in the upper left hand corner of the drawing, the art. And so I've got this release sheet here, and this is what I'm going to be working on. Now I use this tool here. This is like a diamond cutter. It's got a little diamond tip right here to cut. So I cut the paper, this protective paper that the company I bought the kit from puts on here. I don't really care for it that much, but it is protecting the canvas on sections that I'm not working on. But when I'm working on a section, I just like using one of these Diamond Art Club release sheets. They're a pretty good size. So yeah, so I just cut that other stuff off, and then I put some washi around. And there's a bit of glue on the edge over here. So today I'm using this pen. Just got it off of Amazon, but it's cute. It's like acrylic with like fake plants in it. So of course there's a lot of confetti in bubble flower. All of Josephine Wall's art is incredibly full of color. The same with Aquarius. So I'm just going to kind of move from this corner over here that way. Kind of like, maybe like this. I'm not sure. But there's some color blocking over here under the chat window there where I can do some multi-placing. And then over here, I doubt that I can do that now. The pups, you know, it's in the morning, it's early, it's 8:30. They're still asleep. They went back to sleep after hubby went to work. So we'll see how long it takes before the first one decides that they're going to bark at something. And who knows what it's going to be. So this storage that I have for my drills for bubble flower are these little containers. And there's 4 colors. And they're mostly organized by color, not like Aquarius, which is organized by symbol. So that's just how I decided to do this. Now, starting a new section is a bit daunting, just because it is. This project is insane. I can do a little bit of multi-placing here. I mean, the project is just insane. But of course, again, I love the art. So if you are a diamond painter or a crafter and you want to work along with me while I chit-chat, listen to some chill tunes, and grab your work and let's get on it. Now that I am done with the Serafina, I have more time obviously to devote to Aquarius and bubble flower and Celebrate, which is the Amy Brown art. My dog is snoring. She's always snoring. Not snoring, she's like, I don't know, it's like she's congested. She just sounds like wheezy. I guess that's the right word. Yesterday she got in some big time trouble with her papa. He was not happy because she wouldn't listen to him. And sometimes she's kind of stubborn. But she's the guard dog. She's the alpha. And so when people come by the house and she just barks like a nutcase, and if you tell her to get down, sometimes she just doesn't want to listen. And she would not get down. And he was not happy about that. Ooh. She got in trouble. So you can see where I'm working down here in this corner. It's gonna be dark like this, you know, this other section here. So kind of just make my way across. I guess what I'll do, just think about it. Maybe come around like this, and since this color will be out, probably do that color over here and then do this section in the middle. See how well that works out. Well, that'll be less pulling out colors on and off. So at the end, when I was doing this other section that I just finished this morning, oh my gosh, it was like, oh yeah, I forgot one of those. I missed one of those. And so I kept opening like different colors. But the same color I'd already done before. It's like, oh, I missed that one. Oh, I missed that one. It was crazy. It took me probably about an hour of doing that. Open, close, like these containers. Open, close, open, close, open, close. It's awful. But the thing about it is, you know, there's just a lot of colors in a small area, and your eyes, you know, are scanning constantly, and it can just your eyes will just go right past that symbol, even though you are looking for it. It just happens. So you may end up at the end of a section having like little individual colors, but you've already done like the majority of that color, but you're like, oh man, I missed one. So yeah, that tends to happen when there's a lot of confetti, color confetti going on. My Spotify is playing an ad, my apologies. I hear somebody got up. So the little baby was sleeping out on the back of the sofa in the sun. And I did call and make the appointment to get her fixed. So that'll happen next month. By that time, all of the swelling and blah, blah, blah from her heat, it's going to be definitely over. And then this weekend is RV trip time, and neighbor will keep an eye on things here at the homestead, and I call it the homestead. I saw 3 somewhere. Where? That's 4. Do it right here. And unfortunately, and this is the thing about Texas that I despise. Okay, I grew up on the East Coast. You have 4 seasons. 4 distinct seasons. And here you have a short spring, short fall, kind of middle of the road winter, you know, lengthwise, and then a very long summer. And it's just overwhelming. So this weekend, it's going to be like 104. So I'm like, yeah. So I told my spouse, I was like, you do understand that for the most part, we will be inside the camper in the AC. So like if he wants to go fishing, he can go fishing. But he's going to have to do it early in the morning when it's relatively cool out. And I say relatively because, you know, that means like, you know, 80. Because it doesn't ever like really like cool in the summer. It doesn't really like cool off at night very much. So when you wake up in the morning, it's still, to me, it's still warm. So he can do his fishing in the morning. I mean, I'm content to just hang out at the camper. I'm fine. You know, the days when I could do like long hikes and all that kind of stuff and ride the bike. Well, I can't ride the bike because that's how I tore my knee up. And I didn't pay $4,000 to go get my knee fixed. So, yeah, so I can't ride my bike. And when I do any kind of hiking, I have to be careful with my knee. And I can't go very far, can't do it for very long, or it just aggravates it. And the next day I'm just like, or that day, later that day, I'm in just pain. So, yeah. But I can stay in the camper and I can work on a diamond painting. So I have one that I keep in the camper. Well, I didn't keep it in there, I brought it in. But I can just, you know, bring it out there and work on it. It's a small little canvas. And then I can read or I can color. I usually bring a coloring book, or I've got a crochet project that I leave out there. I can work on that. So there's plenty for me to do. I can play Caileadair, which I'm really like obsessed with at the moment, and that's what I'm going to do after I'm done with this stream. You know, and I was thinking about it the other day. It's like I've really put like a lot of hours into this game. Now I got my my Frida cup this morning. I put half a cinnamon stick in it, makes it taste interesting. But I was thinking about how many hours I've put into Caileadair, and at first I was going to do this knee-jerk reaction where you guilt trip yourself for doing something that you enjoy doing. I don't know why we all do that, but you know, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I spent too much time playing the game. Oh, you know, blah blah blah. I should be like polishing the silver. No, I don't have any silver, but you know, I should be vacuuming or whatever, cleaning the house. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, the house isn't dirty because I kind of do like a upkeep little thing every day. Let me get a towel. Hold on. My arm is resting on these drills and I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to put this little towel here. Okay. So yeah, so I do, you know, dailies and rotate around the house in different rooms, and so it doesn't actually like get dirty, and it's just my husband and I mean, we're not slobs, so you know, I don't need to be a slave to cleaning the house. Not anymore. I mean, you know, I used to before when I was younger and the kids were around. You kind of have to do that, but I'm not in that situation. So here I am trying to guilt trip myself like this knee-jerk reflex. Oh, you shouldn't spend all day 8 hours playing that game. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, I can, because I'm retired. And I want to. And I'm enjoying it. And I'm content. Having fun. Being creative with the decorating and, you know, challenging myself with the skills, using the controller and all that. And, you know, I mean, the dogs, they don't care what I'm doing. They do their own thing. And the AC just went on. Thank goodness, because it's kind of warm in here. I should get that little fan. I have a small little desk fan. So yeah, so when I caught myself guilt tripping myself I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you going there? You can, you know, you've worked all your life. Just relax. Do what you want to do. I mean, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, so you might as well enjoy doing what you like before, you know, the end is nigh, so to speak. You know? But it's just so funny that it's just this reaction that you kind of just go to automatically. And then I was like, wait, why do I need to feel guilty? And I know that maybe a little part of that is because my husband still has to work. I mean, you know, he's the breadwinner. I mean, I get my Social Security, but that's, you know, peanuts compared to what he's bringing in. So I'm very, very grateful that I can do this. And I've actually thought about, you know, maybe getting a little part-time job. But every time I think about it, it just stresses me out so bad. And I just don't need any stress, any more stress. I've had so much stress in my life. I just don't think I can handle it. You know, before I used to be relatively capable of handling stress. I kind of didn't really have a choice because of my son and my daughter and my family and my own depression and whatever. So now I just can't do it anymore. That you know, be strong, hold your chin up thing that I used to do before, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to deal with it. It's kind of like what I did with my depression, when I just said, like, you're not going there anymore. Like, you're done. It's gone. Like, you're just done with it. And it's the same way with you know, the stress thing. It's just, I just literally can't deal with it. The last few times that I had, like, you know, stress because of the other daughters, I was just like, I can't do this. I'm not going through this again. Not for anybody. I mean, you know, if I could handle it, it would be a different story. But and maybe I could make myself handle it, but I just don't want to. Not anymore. And I know that. Let me see if this is over here. Any of this color? No. It's got little snowflakes. So I have my drafting table at a slight angle, so it's up in the back side and down this way. So I have to be careful because this is not one of those diamond painting pens that has a flat side, so it'll roll off. I already did that once this morning. Okay, that takes care of that. Let's do see what I can find. This one. This is this 930. I don't think there's many of those. Let me check the stream. Good. I check the little chat thing. Okay. This one is this little, it's like a, I don't know what that symbol is. Can't remember. what that's called, something. Wow, the AC is just staying on so long, and I understand why. I mean, I only have it set at 76. It's like, yeah, it's kind of warm in here. It's not unbearable, but it's warm. So of course it's going to go on and stay on for a longer period of time. I mean, this weather here is just ridiculous. So I think this weekend it's going to be 103 and 104 or something like that. Super hot. Okay, this is not dark in here. It's all like pastel-y color except for this little border right here. So I doubt that this symbol is going to be anywhere else other than, you know, like there. Well, there's one there. It's like on that edge. This edge here. So I figure I'll just I'll bring my, I'm trying to think if I want to bring my laptop or, this symbol is the key. I want to bring my laptop or bring my Steam Deck to play Caileadair on. Where's the key? I know it's around here somewhere. Where's the little snowflake? But that's not over that area. Wait, there's the key. What am I doing? There's the key. 550. My favorite color. Purple. So I'm just using this little tray because there's not really a lot of color blocking. Now when I get down to this section over here where there's a bunch of color blocking, I'll probably bring out the bigger tray. Okay, so I'm doing the key. Okay. Sometimes I have to remind myself which symbol I'm working on. Even though I just said I'm gonna look for the key. Like, okay. So I guess I'll just, this weekend, just play Caileadair, chill out, look out the window at the trees. We'll take a drive over to the lake and probably take the pups for a walk and see if there's any keys up this way. No. Not take the pups for a walk like when it's like super hot. But after it's cooled off, okay, this is like green, and this purple shouldn't be in the green. Let's look over here on this border. I think that's that. And then we've got this one here. It's like the 413 little square with the 2 lines on either side. We might, when we're down there, we might like take a little drive into the local town. Just kind of check it out. But I know that I don't want to be gone from the camper too long because the puppy, I don't want her to start chewing on something or whatever, going into destructo mode. So over the next couple of evenings, we will go out there and I'll make sure like the bed is made and everything's ready. We don't actually have the AC on. I mean, well, who could afford to have it on if you're not in it, right? So it is warm in there. I'm going to scratch that. It's hot in there. So doing like mini multi-placing 2 drills. So it's warm in there. So I haven't brought like any of the food stuff out there. Why did I do that here? I will do that the day that we leave. Because it's just too hot. It'll all go bad. I hear some saxophone. So last night I was doing a music journey, just listening to some of my favorite groups and stuff. So I was listening to Grupo Mania, which is a Puerto Rican band. Oh gosh, so much fun. Used to dance to that with the kids and my mom over at her house. I remember her and I teaching my son how to dance. We're like, loosen your hips up. It's in the blood. You're Puerto Rican. It's hilarious. And I woke up this morning, and for some reason I had Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, just running in my head on repeat. I'm like, oh my god, why am I into this song? I don't want to think about that right now. Oh my gosh, my dog she's I guess it's a snore, but it sounds like a wheeze. It's like a combination of a wheeze and a snore. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I have to ask the vet about that. By the way, when my dog sleeps, she sounds like she's gonna wheeze like right into like respiratory arrest. I see some viewers. Welcome on in. I'm just diamond painting and chit-chatting to myself and to whoever may show up. Working on a new section on this big diamond painting. It must be maybe like 3.5 feet wide and 3 feet long. Yeah, it's pretty big. So this is not one that I'm going to finish like really quickly. But I'm going to continue working on it because I do want to hang it up in my office when it's done. I still need to go over the Serafina and just make sure it's clean before I seal it. Make sure there's no like lint or anything on it. Make sure the drills are, you know, straightened up as much as they can be. And then put the sealer on and let it dry. And then I got to figure out how to frame it. I know I've seen some videos where people do like almost like a wrap around some wood, but the thing about doing that is you're taking the piece of art and wrapping it around the edge of the frame, and I'm like, I don't want to do that because then you're not going to see the whole picture. And so I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I will enlist the aid of my very capable spouse. Like he did the frame for Magic Potion, and that was like 6 feet by 2.5 feet. So that was like crazy. But it turned out really, really nice. I hope the volume's all right on the tunes. I didn't change any of the settings from the other day when I worked on the Serafina, so I didn't do an audio test. Wait, you're crooked. Get in there. I mean, if I could, I would play like the music that I really, really enjoy. But YouTube won't let you. That's understandable. I'm making progress. I'm gonna put just a few more in here so I can make a little row. There's a long row right there. Well, it's not long, but I can do 4. And then 2. Ta-da! And then there's a 3. On this canvas, it's a miracle if you get 3 in a row like that. I mean, just look at the picture and you can see that. Like, really? I hear an ad. I'll come down this way. Yeah, it's not down there. It's like a TV symbol. There's not like a whole lot of dark green in here. It's a lot of these little like pastel-y colors. And it's not over here. Okay. It's like a gray-green color. It's gray. It's got like a hint of green in it. Coffee. Let's find the TV symbol. There it is. It's 535. It's gray. Again, but it looks like a gray with like a hint of green. Okay, let's see. Are there any over here? Yes. Uh-oh, I missed one of those. It's in the same container. Seriously? Right there. Oh, there's 2 more. I was wrong, but that's okay. There. One right there. Look, while I'm over here. Okay. Seriously. Why? Okay, back to the TV. Okay, maybe I'll do these over here. Let me just look over here. There's one there. Look at all these symbols, they just like just blend together. My eyes. So apparently, coming up soon is going to be torture session watching Rings of Power. And that show is out and outright trash. It's like Wheel of Time. I just like literally can't stand what they've done with Caileadair. That's what they call her, Caileadair. I mean, if you think about the way that Cate Blanchett was as Galadriel in the Peter Jackson movies, lovely, ethereal, just like the sense of restrained and contained power. You know, age, you could sense the longevity of her life, and you know, her beauty and her grace, her elegance, her wisdom. All of these things, this Galadriel that they have in Rings of Power does not have at all. But, you know, they have to rewrite it and make it their own. They think that, you know, modern audiences, whoever a modern audience is, like, have they actually, like, done research? Like, what are the statistics that define a modern audience? What is it, just like 20-year-old weirdos with blue hair and whatever? Like, seriously. I mean, you know, I don't want to judge or whatever, but seriously, if you can't tell that a TV show is trash, then there's, you know, something wrong with you. And I don't mean trash in the sense of, oh, it's just a bad show. I mean trash in the sense of they're desecrating somebody's actual written novel. And the same with Wheel of Time. It's not just trash because it's a bad show, although it is a bad show. Bad acting, bad writing, bad sets. I mean, the Rings of Power sets are a little bit better than Wheel of Time. But, you know, the whole thing with Sauron and Galadriel, and they're like, what are they going to do? Kiss? If they kiss, I'm going to freak out. How dumb. Sauron is evil. Oh, I missed some of those there. I guess they don't really understand what the concept of evil means. That means, like, not good. Bad. Well, what are they, I mean, like, what are they trying to say with this, you know, sort of semi-flirty thing that they got going on between the two of them? Are they trying to say that women go for the bad guys? You know, is that like the trope that they're going for? You know, women don't like good guys. They like the bad guys. It's so dumb. I didn't like the bad guys. I thought they were stupid. I thought they were bad. It's like, I don't want to go out with you. You're an ass. Like, seriously. So I don't know, like, who they're talking about that is the audience that loves this show. Because it's not, like, I don't think anybody in my generation would. I mean, really. I know that the regular Tolkien fans don't appreciate it. And they think it's trash. And the same goes for, you know, Wheel of Time. I mean, you can't take something that somebody wrote and just run all over it and just break it and desecrate it and just make it shitty in general. If you read The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, the writing is supreme. The talent, the story, the characters, everything about it is just like utter fantasy perfection. And then to turn around and just dump all over it with Rings of Power is just, it's just such desecration. It's such disrespect. And if anybody had any shred of integrity or honesty, you know, they just wouldn't have made the show that way. It would have just followed the canon, you know, use Peter Jackson as your example, you know, be creative a little bit here and there, whatever, but like, don't go off the rails and off the deep end and just make some kind of trashy show. Where you can't, you know, make decent sets and the people can't act worth a damn, and you just take like your main character and just make her how she's just not supposed to be. Like, she is not supposed to be like that. She is not a warrior. She was not a bitch. She was not this smirky little know-it-all, I'm so superior to you type of elf. I mean, like, really, seriously. The whole thing is just an abomination. I just can't stand it. You know, Wheel of Time. I mean, that show... Okay, so I started watching, like, the first episode, and within 5 minutes, I guess, maybe 5-10 minutes, when Moraine came up, and she was like, one of these 5 is the dragon. And I was like, okay, that's it. It's like, what a bunch of crap. You know, the dragon is Rand al'Thor. It's a guy. It's not a girl. So as much as you want to girl power your way into like, oh, it could be Nynaeve, it could be Egwene. It's like, no. No and no. First of all, in the story, Egwene and Nynaeve are Aes Sedai. They have their own power. They are important to the story in their own way. You don't need to make it like, oh, they could be the dragon. That's dumb. You know, don't give them more than what they really are. Just because you feel insecure in your own femininity and power. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, we don't need you to write your own personal insecurities into the story. Just tell the story like he wrote it in the book. Well, you can tell. You can tell that I'm like really like passionate about that. Well, I mean, I'm a long standing fantasy fan. That is my favorite genre of literature. I haven't really read much lately because I don't like that kind of young adult stuff that they put out. But back in the day, when there was really good fantasy, you know, Patricia McKillip, Guy Gavriel Kay, Stephen Donaldson, Piers Anthony. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, back in the day. I'm looking for this Sideways U thing. I know it's over here somewhere. What's this one's 327. Right, so when I do these like directional symbols, I have to turn this around like this because the canvas is upside down. So I make sure I don't have the wrong one. So yeah, so I know fantasy. I know what good fantasy is. I can recognize it. It's that kind of story where you just don't want to put the book down. And I used to do that when I was younger. Why are some of these like stuck together? When I was in my 20s and a teenager, so I think I discovered The Hobbit. I was about 11. So what we used to do is we used to go to the library all the time. I was a voracious book reader when I was a child. That's all I did was read. And drove my mom crazy. She was always buying me books. But hey, I love reading. So when we discovered, my brother and I, The Hobbit, we were like, oh cool, has he got anything else? And, you know, Lord of the Rings. And that started the whole fantasy journey for me. Now, the modern stuff is kind of like young adult, kind of cheesy. I don't really care for it. There's a few Patrick Rothfuss, Name of the Wind, that's okay. Some of Brandon Sanderson's stuff's not too bad. Stormlight, whatever, it's okay. It's not my favorite. There's something about the setting of the Stormlight story that's, I don't know how to, it's like fantasy, but science fantasy. It doesn't feel like high fantasy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So when I come across what am I trying to say? When I come across a fantasy TV show and I know the story and I see like how they wreck it, then I get pissed, because it's like, don't do that. It's like somebody coming into your home and throwing out your furniture and saying, we're gonna put our own furniture in here, and you're like, but this is my house. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have permission to do that. So it's kind of like that. But they just think that they can do whatever they want to do. And I used to tell my kids, you know, the world doesn't revolve around you. You can't always have your way. And most of the time, most people don't care what you're doing anyway. They don't know you and whatever, right? But apparently these people think that they just have the right to do whatever they want to do. Like, you know, the world revolves around their way of doing Tolkien or, you know, Robert Jordan. It's like, no. I mean, The Lord of the Rings was written before most of these people were even born. What do they know about it? It's just a form of hubris, just arrogant, that they think that they can do it better than Tolkien did it. It really is arrogant. It's just disgusting. These things are like stuck together. Why? I don't know. I'm trying to fill in this little section over here. So I will probably like hate watch that show. I don't know if I'll make any videos about it, little like reaction videos. I might do a couple. But I literally just can't stand it. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. If you want like some more in-depth discussion or whatever about Wheel of Time, check out Prophet of the Dragon. Check out his channel. He gets like, he gets really intense about it too. I mean, because, you know, you like the story and you like the characters, and then they just get ruined. And you're like, what the hell is this? You know, that character didn't act that way in the books. Why are they making them do that? Okay, these are like stuck together. I'm trying to just avoid those. I'll figure out how to fix that. I mean, you know, you don't want to see something that you love ruined by somebody who doesn't care, by somebody who's disrespectful. It's like jazzy music. Let me throw these in here and see if I can get some more that are not like stuck together. This little one, see this little pile? They're like stuck together. See if I can get these to cooperate a little bit. I'm going to change that music because it's getting on my nerves. Let's go with some other copyright free playlist. Uh-oh, I hear somebody waking up, moving around. I can definitely tell that we're in a heat wave. Apparently, over Texas, there's a heat dome. It sounds like a weapon. There's a heat dome. What kind of music is this? Was this their original playlist? Let's go. I'll go to the one that says chill. That's this one, chill. Somebody's at my feet. A little puppy is at my feet. It's probably, let me guess, it's Misty. Hi, Misty. Go play. I need to cut her nails. But she gets crazy. When we try and do it, she gets crazy. Like, she will not stay still. Oh my gosh. So I'll probably have hubby make an appointment, pop her in to see the vet. I don't know why she won't cooperate with us, but she doesn't care if he does it. She wriggles a little bit, but I don't know. There's something about like the way Dr. Burkett does it. Hey, no growling, man. They just, what did I do there? That they just cooperate. My stomach's growling. I haven't eaten yet this morning. I will after the stream. So we buy these bananas, right? Just regular old bananas, and hubby's like, you need to eat the bananas. This is $5.50. That doesn't go in there. Right? Yeah. I could tell it's got that purple. Okay, what's going on here? Cooperate. So hubby's like, eat the bananas. You know, what happens is that sometimes I just don't want to eat breakfast. I'm not really much of a breakfast person. I never used to be, even when I was a teenager. Mom's like, you want to eat breakfast? I'm like, not really. It's too early in the morning. I just don't like eating early. And normally if I'm busy doing something like, you know, like this, diamond painting or playing my game, I just don't even think about eating. And even when like my tummy growls like it did just a minute ago, it's like, oh, okay, I'm hungry, but I don't like rush to go get food. Well, first of all, I'm not a foodie. I know there's people that love food and think about food all the time, but I just don't do that. I mean, if I didn't have to eat, I wouldn't do it. I could be a breatharian. Get my nutrition from the air. You ever read about those people? It's hilarious. It's actually a thing. Like being a fruitarian or a vegetarian. Water. Oh yeah, this music's much better. That other playlist was starting to get like really weird. I was like, no, I'm not liking that. So I'm gonna see if I can finish off this 327. And then I will take a look-see at what color I want to do next. Why are those things all stuck together? That's so aggravating. So apparently what you can do is you can take your drills and put them in some soapy water, and then in a bowl, and then you reach in and you take your hands and you kind of like break them apart. You know, rub your hands together with the drills there like that, and they'll like come apart, and then you can let them dry. But like, who really wants to do that? You know, they shouldn't be stuck together in the first place, but they are, so I'll have to deal with it. Unless I have more of this color from maybe like a Diamond Art Club kit or something hanging around, I would have to check. Because really, I have a bunch of different drills from the other projects that I did before that are complete. So I would have to see. Now, of course, there could be, you know, color differences, but unless you're, you know, if you're doing small sections on this, like if I do this color, this 327, elsewhere in the canvas, you're not going to be able to notice the difference. There's just no way. Because there's so many colors, you wouldn't notice it. The only way that you would probably notice it is if you did the drills like right next to each other, the two different color, you know, two different company drills or whatever. I mean, they probably all come from the same place anyway in China. You know, like, is somebody in the US actually making drills? Probably not. I mean, do we make anything in the United States these days? Not much. But we need to start doing that. That would be actually a very good thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to have to take all these drills and throw them in some soapy water and just try and break them apart. Somehow. Okay. Hello there, watcher. How are you? I am diamond painting. Okay, so this is not, I'm doing the sideways U. And this is so pastel-y in here. Let's go along this border. Evie, knock that off. And let's go along this border here. This is the snowflake. And this little hammer. So there's this little hammer symbol over here in this corner underneath the chat window, right? There's two of those. They go one way and the other one goes this way. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did you have to do that? Why couldn't you pick a different symbol? Evie. I'm sure Misty is bugging her. Okay, let's do the letter P. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Evie. Oh gosh, she just hates that. No. Why don't I see the letter P? Is that blue? Is it blue, purple, or brown? Blue, purple, or brown? I see G, V. I can't really tell. There it is. It's like, let me see. It's like brownish. 779. Yeah, Misty, she still hasn't figured out that when Evie does that kind of growl at her, that Evie doesn't want her to come by her. Like, right? She hasn't figured that out. I can't determine if the reason why she can't figure it out is because she's just a dumb dog, right? I mean, some dogs are dumb, you know, more dumb than others. Or if it was because she's just ignoring. She knows that Evie doesn't want her to come over there, and she knows, but she's just choosing to ignore that. Or she just doesn't understand that dog language because maybe she, I don't know, she wasn't with her mom long enough. I don't know, like, but for whatever reason it happens every day. And I'm like, oh, please stop. And it's weird because they do play with each other. But just at certain points of time, Evie's like, I don't want you near me. Okay, I think that's it for the P. Okay, that sounds funny. Now, this is all like color blocking over here. I want to take, let's do, let's take this letter S, which is 798. I want to kind of see how this order here is going to go. Kind of what it's going to look like color-wise. So I need to get back to my cross stitching a little bit more in the morning, but I've just been really kind of in this diamond painting mode. What is going on right there? Okay. That, and then of course Caileadair, just taking all my attention, all my attention and time. Here goes the AC again. Good, because it's warm. Okay, so that just didn't come down very far on the S. So they've got the let me hold it this way. So this is the V. This is 333. Let's see how this looks. So it's starting up here. Not over there. Okay. So we're just going to kind of follow along here. There. Let's follow this little border. Come down this way, come over here, this one there, oh, glue, sticky, okay, ooh, Misty just hit her head the table. Seriously, this dog. There's the U here, but it's an upright U, not sideways like over here. Okay. Go lie down, baby. Go lie down, baby dog. Little baby dog. Go lie down. Okay, let's see. Where am I at? How long have I been going? An hour? I'll about finish up soon. Let me do one more color. Otherwise, Evie's just, you know, whatever. Evie, Okay, so before I get like too much into these colors, I'm going to do the ones that are like this. So this is, let me show you the other one. So there's these and this one. So you've got this symbol, and this symbol, and this symbol. So there's all these lines with the dots and this, yeah. So I'm gonna do those because once you start having, go lie down, leave mommy alone. Once you have other drills around those particular symbols, then they become hard to see which one it is the right one. So what I might do, okay, let's see if this one is there. Yes, right there. Right, because what happens is this little white line that's here becomes hard to see when you have a bunch of drills around them. So I think what I'll do is I'll do those first. Right, because it's just, you know, the lines are, ugh. I'm gonna hold this like this so I can see what I'm doing. I think that was the only one. No. This one snuck in there. Okay, that was 158. So the lines are going like this, Evie, and it's got a dot. Stop it, Evie. Oh, that's 3807. See the lines? It's like this. You have to hold it this way. And then that way you can determine that you're picking the right one. And I think they're all blue. So that makes it even harder. Okay, so I'm going to hold this here so I do the right ones. Evie, please, for the love of God, please stop. Misty, go play with Rosie. Evie, if you don't like it, get out. Just go do something else. You don't have to accept that torment. You can make a positive choice in your life and just leave. Just go somewhere else. Okay, yeah, so this is this way. I have to like keep telling myself it's this way, because as you look down you'll see this way, and that's not the right one. And then you start, and because of course they're all blue, the ones that have these symbols, they're all blue. So like this one here goes like this. So it goes like that. That's 792. And as you can see, it's another blue. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just put it like where I can see it.
Because Uber Eats will be dropping weekly deals on sushi, burgers, Thai, and all your favorites all summer long. So whatever you're craving, don't sleep on these deals, especially $8 off your Little Caesars order, only on Uber Eats. Order now. Valid on orders $20 or more. Terms apply. See app for details.
Right, on the Aquarius canvas, this situation, because they come from the same company, is like magnified even worse with these symbols with the lines and the dots and the lines and no dot and different directions. It's even worse because there's so much blue in that canvas, like the sky. It's like, and then of course the way that and it was a canvas that I purchased before I got Bubble Flowers, so I think they changed their printing process, but that particular canvas, the Aquarius, is just very, the the white lines of the symbol are really faint, and so it's hard to tell, and sometimes I have to break out the magnifying glass to tell which direction the lines are going. Is it like this? Is it like this? Is it, you know, like this? So it's a lot more difficult on Aquarius because I think they changed the way that they print the canvas, and so this is much easier. And I was really worried when I bought this canvas because I was like, oh my god, what if it turns out that it's like the Aquarius and I won't be able to see the symbols? But this is like night and day. I don't know what they did, but they changed something and it's like 100% better. Okay, so I think that's all of that color. Okay, I think that's it. I've been going over an hour. I want to get to some Caileadair gameplay. Put this away. I do appreciate you watching. Let me know what you think about my little projects in the comments. I'd like to hear from you if you like this kind of crafting, if you like this type of video, just kind of chill. Let's put this over it. It's kind of peaceful, chill. You can even be doing the dishes while you're listening to me diamond paint and chit chat. And by the way, I do, if you're a diamond painter, I do recommend these little storage containers. They're really nice, and they're just, you know, all together. Really not you know, super heavy or anything, flexible. Yeah, I really like them a lot, so I'll probably end up getting another set. Anyhow, please like the video, leave a comment if you're interested in diamond painting or have any questions about any of the crafting that I do on my channel. I also do have my Gaming with Kale channel if you want to pop over and see what I'm doing over in Caileadair. I don't know if I'll stream it today, maybe, or maybe just play. I'm trying to meet some goals in the game. You need to earn money in the game to buy like the things you want to buy. So I'm working on that. So I'm doing like serious grinding. But go ahead, and if you know somebody who's interested in crafts, if you're a guy and you popped in here by accident, you have a wife who's interested in crafts, you can have her follow my channel, you know, and she can ask me any questions about any of these projects. So the coloring, the diamond painting, and the cross stitch, and you know, I'll get back. So enjoy, have a wonderful day. I think today is Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Well, the days, they just kind of flow into each other. That's what happens when you're retired. You don't think about those sorts of things anymore. You're not tied to that kind of man-made construction of, you know, Monday through Friday and then the weekend type of thing. I don't think about it. So sometimes I'll even ask my husband. I mean, I have calendars around the house, but I'll ask him, it's like, what's today? So anyhow, enjoy the day. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to the world. We need it. Everything is so topsy-turvy, so crazy, so out of the norm. Who knows what's really going on? Who is trying to manipulate the situation? Who's trying to gain power and all of that stuff that's going on in the background that us normal people, we just don't see anything of it. We just see the consequences of it, the ramifications, you know. It's awful. What is my dog doing? Are you all right over there? Anyhow, I will see you next time. Enjoy.